Welcome to this week's episode of Caregivers 101. My name is Merlin, and I will be your instructor for today's lesson on parenting tips for caregivers of children with parents in prison. Although discipline is a necessary duty for all parents, no imprisoned parent wants to discipline his or her child. Imprisoned parents already have limited opportunities to interact with children and often do not want to spend this time on discipline and punishment. Each family must decide how the imprisoned parent will be involved in parenting the child. For some families, discipline helps the imprisoned parent feel involved in his or her child's life and relieves the caregiver of the role as sole disciplinarian. For other families, the imprisoned parent's role in discipline can cause resentment or stress between the imprisoned parent, caregiver, and/or child. Today, I'm going to share these 6 tips on co-parenting children with parents in prison. Tip 1. Involve the imprisoned parent and children in family decisions. Each person feels respected and valued when all family members are included in decision-making. Tip 2. Reassure the child that it is okay to make mistakes and that he or she is still loved and a good person. Be patient with the child. Tip 3. Remember, caregivers and parents make mistakes too. Apologizing to the child when you make a mistake sets a good example for them to do the same. Tip 4. Try not to raise your voice when you speak to the child. Instead of lecturing the child, have a discussion in which both parties feel heard and respected. Tip 5. When children misbehave, do not tell them that they will turn out like their imprisoned parents. This statement increases their sense of shame and stigma. Tip 6. Teach children to take ownership of their mistakes. For example, if the child got in trouble for throwing a temper tantrum in the store, the imprisoned parent could work with the child to think of ways to handle his or her anger better in the future. Although parenting children from prison is difficult, frequent and open communication can help children be more receptive to discipline from their imprisoned parents. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Caregivers 101. For more tips and resources, read DOC's Louisiana Informational Handbook for Caregivers of Children with Parents in Prison. A copy of this handbook is on the DOC website.